Hi everyone, my name is Arielle and welcome back to my channel. If you have been following along, then you know I am in Argentina and I've actually changed towns. We made our way over to Chalten and we are just doing some amazing adventures and some hikes. I am here hosting a yoga and hiking retreat, and in typical Arielle fashion got into the adventures and all the activities without giving you guys a welcome. So before we jump into today's adventure, it is very early in the morning. Let me catch you up on all the things it took to get us here. So the retreat started with yoga. I taught us a morning flow to get us ready for the rest of the day. We had a bus ride to Chalten, which is like the hub of where we were going to stay, and we had an afternoon hike planned. Well, the retreat is definitely a yoga and hiking retreat. We did have some other fun activities like kayaking. This was such a fun day. So on this day we did kayaking and then we had an afternoon yoga sesh.
Nothing's all you need. When you're stripped of all your armor, you can finally feel the breeze. We're living in the moment. We ain't got pockets full of money, but we're rich in other things. This highway is our living room. We're swimming in the mystery.
So welcome back to today. It is just after 7 in the morning and we're headed out to do our biggest hike of the trip, which I'm super excited about. We're ending up in Lago de las Tres, which gives us like a really beautiful view of all of the mountains here. If we're lucky. We've had really great weather for the most part here, minus one day of rain, but the mountains tend to live in their own climate. So even if it's sunny in town, sometimes they're covered in clouds and you just never really know what you're gonna get. So we're hoping for the best. So far, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty nice day, but the forecast does call for rain. So we'll head out and start on a trail that takes us by, I think it's called the Piedras Blancas Glacier, or like a viewpoint of it. And then we'll come around over and go up this really steep section up to the lake, and then we'll come back. So it's not, you can do it as an out and back on one trail, but we're gonna do this really cool loop that takes us around, shows us a couple different viewpoints, and potentially some of the best views that we'll get on this entire trip. So I am super excited.
I've seen the peak and valley. I've seen the stars come on. I crossed over oceans, but you're the perfect storm. Your poetry in motion. I've never seen nothing like you. I've seen faded taillights fall into the dawn. I drove 1,000,000 miles and ended up at your door. I've seen the water rushing. I've never seen nothing like you.
So right before you go up this steep section, there's like this little area where people take a quick rest in the shade, and they have this pit toilet. So I'll take a poll in the comments. Would you use this pit toilet? Like I would if I had to, for sure. But if you could smell it, you'd know that you weren't gonna breathe for the whole time you were in there.
All is what I'm supposed to do. I'm only standing here because of you. I've seen the peak and valley, I've seen the stars come on, crossed over oceans, show the perfect storm, poetry in motion, show the you're the first thing on my mind, and the last song in my ear. You're the one who holds the light.
So we've been hanging out here at the top for a while now, and we're actually like over on another side. Like I showed you some videos of the main area that you come up to for, it's called the Laguna of the Three. It's not that there's 3 lagoons, but it's, yeah, Laguna de los Tres. And then this is the, like, it's called the Dirty Lagoon, Laguna Sucio. And it's so pretty. So this is just like a quieter area, like most people hang out over by the other area where you could just see, like, you know, Mount Fitzroy and all of the amazing views. But the view here is really beautiful too, and there's like waterfalls, and the color of the lake is just insane. And it's really just our group hanging out over here in this zone. So it's nice to kind of have just like a little quiet time to ourselves to really enjoy nature. And I just don't think we could have gotten any luckier with the weather. It was supposed to have some bad weather come in while we were up here, and it still looks great in all directions. So super exciting. Yeah, when we were booking our, or when I was looking ahead to what the weather was supposed to be like this week, it said rain every single day. And so far, we have only had rain on our one rest day, and all of our adventure days have been perfectly clear, which is so freaking exciting. So the hike was really beautiful. It's mostly like rolling flat for the first bit, and then it's really just the last probably mile or so that's very steep. But because the elevation is a bit lower than in Colorado, it felt good. It feels so good to hike. I was a little worried because I haven't done a big hike in a long time, but I feel really good, and it gets me super excited for the PCT, especially thinking about the fact that it's like just a little more than a month away. So stoked to be here and to be with such an amazing group of humans and to be in such a beautiful place. Yeah, my heart feels very full. Arielle. Oh my gosh. It's avalanching. So this is the glacier, and it just broke off behind me. So cool. Oh my gosh, I'm just like seriously in my happy place here. This is amazing.
Heartbeat in the quiet, spotlight in an empty room, a song in the silence, my dreams come into view. A light in the dark, the brightest star. My beginning.
Good morning. It is another action-packed day on our Patagonia adventure here. We're headed out on a glacier trek slash via Ferrata. So like I said in last week's vlog, we have 2 glacier adventures on our trip down to Patagonia, and today is the second one. So the group trip that I'm hosting, we have activities that we all do as a group, like all of the hikes and all of the yoga, and then of course some like dinners and breakfasts, but there's also some optional like add-on activities, and today is one of those days, and kayaking is one of those days. So we have a good chunk of the group actually coming out today. We're hiking, I guess it's about 4 kilometers to where the dome is, or 5 kilometers to where the dome is, and then from there we get like all kitted up and we get to go do the Via Ferrata to get out to the ice and just adventure around. And I've never been on a glacier before, so I'm super excited for today's adventure.
Those lights can't reaction when I step into the limelight. Easily adapted to the high life. Dressed to impress like it's prom night. And when you live in top shelf, you know you gotta set the bar high. Had the same dreams since we was kids. Big trips, big cars, and even bigger cribs. Never thought that it would happen just the way it did. Fast forward that now, it's just the way we live. That's good food and drinks, my mood makes you think that this life's made for a king. The room starts to shake, so smooth if you blink, you might just miss the whole thing. It's just a different way to move in the high life. So many different things to do within the high life. That's good food and drinks, my mood makes you think that this life's made for a king. So many different things to do within the high life. And now it's girls, girls, girls I adore. The coupe only sit 2, but in the back I got 4. Talking about this high life, I mean as high as it go. That's kites, planes, clouds, the bank accounts that I own. Funny thing, it all started from a pen and a poem. Whoever thought that this could pay off all of my student loans? About to throw a party, invite everybody I know. Let me send a mass text to everyone in my phone. That's good food and drinks, my mood makes you think that this life's made for a king.
So Sam and I are officially on our own now. We had to say goodbye to the rest of the group, which was actually really hard. I feel like we made such deep connections with everyone, and it was just such an incredible group of people, and I feel like we just got such a great chance to bond on all these different adventures, and I'm super grateful. I mean, that was really like my main intention for hosting a hiking and yoga retreat like this, was one, to like get to go on a cool adventure and, you know, show other people some really cool places, but also to have that chance to build a connection and make new friends. That's something that I feel like I've really missed in the last couple of years, and so something I'm really like treasuring or putting as a priority for myself right now is just to make those new connections. So really excited. And and definitely plan on hosting more things like this. So if it's something that you think you might want to come along for a future adventure, I do have one trip already on the books for November in New Zealand, and there are a couple of spaces left. So I'll put a link in the description box below so you could check out the itinerary for that, but lots of hiking and to some really beautiful places. And then even like this train that has these glass windows that I've actually taken when I was like in my early 20s, and it's just absolutely amazing. But yeah, so many adventures on that trip. So if that's something you're interested in, that'll be this November, and I'll put the link in the description box below. And then I definitely plan on hosting more of these in the future. So if the New Zealand one is a little too soon for you or isn't gonna work out, but you wanna stay in the loop for other ones, I will put another link in the description box where you can like add your email, and I can just send you updates for anything else I might be hosting in the future. So for the rest of our time here in Argentina, Sam and I are solo. We're planning to do some climbing and maybe a little bit more hiking. We have a really cool place that we're staying in, but I'm gonna give you the tour in the next video. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be here for that next adventure. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. The next couple of weeks are really just enjoying our last week here, and then me trying to get everything ready to set out on my PCT through hike. It is less than 1 month away. I'm so excited. That's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next Sunday.